Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Today we are going to start with lesson 3. This is just to remind everyone, please make sure to have your mics muted. And when I call your name, then you can unmute yourself. And I hope you all did your homeworks and sent them to your group in charges for the homework groups. Okay, so the last time, and also if you would like to say anything, if you would like to read, you can press on the raise hand button and I will call your name in that order, inshallah. If you have any questions, you can type it in the chat box, okay? And I'll check that as well. So last time what we did was we did a little introduction of lesson 3. And I'm just going to go over that once more for people who weren't there and just as a refresher. So in lessons 1 and 2, what we did was we learned about basic words, basic vocabulary, and also you all have to learn the vocabulary as well, okay? So make sure to practice the vocabulary, write it down, and learn the meanings. So we learned about the vocabulary and we learned the usage of ma and man. So if you know the meaning of ma, can you write it in the chat box? What does ma mean? What? Ma means what? And man? Man is who? That's right. So this is what we learned in the first 2 lessons, making question sentences with ma and man and then answering them. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to form a little bit more complex sentences. So I'm just going to write down what I did last time so everyone can, as a review, okay, and as an introduction. So in English, we have 2 types of nouns, okay? Give me a second. So we have common nouns, and then we have the proper nouns. I hope you all remember this. Proper nouns. And in this book, they are referred to as indefinite, and definite, okay? Does anyone remember the Arabic word for common nouns? Yes, we also learned dhalika, that, you're right. Does anyone remember the word for common nouns in Arabic? Nakira. Okay, nakira. 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 Like that. Just like that, okay? And what about for proper nouns? Ma'rifa. Very good. Good job. Everyone remembers. That's awesome. Ma'rifa. Practice writing these down as well, okay? It will help you later on. So ma'rifa. And what else did we learn? Oh yes, we learned that for proper nouns are anything that any nouns that are specific, a specific person, a name of a place, a name of a person, right? And also if those nouns have the, they're also proper because it will be specific that way. It will be the book, a very specific one, the house, right? And does anyone know the word for the in Arabic? I just said it. Al. Al, you're right. It's al. And so just like how we use the for proper nouns, for common nouns, we use a. And a in Arabic is depicted by the tanween. Okay, right now we're using the dhammatain or dopesh, right? Later on we'll do the fathatain and kasratain as well. So this was our, if it ends with tanween, it's and this only applies for the nouns. For adjectives, it does not apply. For adjectives, if it's, for example, the house is big, we're not going to say a big, okay? We're just going to say big. So we're going to start reading again. And who do I have here first? Oh, and one more thing before I start, a very important note, make sure to write it somewhere. Al and tanween do not go together, okay? So you cannot have al-baytun. Yes, you're right. Thank you, Farhat. And then later on here, we learned that a sentence is made up of this proper noun here and a common noun. And does anyone know the word for this part, the first word in a sentence?
Muktada.
It's the muktada. Very good. Thank you. The muktada. And the second word?
Is khabar.
Khabar.
Khabar. Very good. So, should write it in Arabic. 1 second. Okay. So, muktada is the word that you begin with, and khabar is the news about that. Okay, so this will form a sentence. Al-qalamu, this is the word, this is the subject of your sentence, the pen. What's the news about it? Maksurun, it's broken. The pen is broken. And remember, there's no word for is in Arabic. Okay, so we'll begin with reading and we'll do the exercises. And if there are any questions, then you can type them in the chat box. So here, the first name I have is Madinah Jafreen.
Assalamualaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum assalam.
Baytun. Baytun.
Could you say that again, please?
Baytun. Baytu.
Very good. What does baytun mean?
House.
A house. Okay, a house. It's important to say a house. And al-baytu?
The house.
The house. Very good. And what about this one?
Kalamun.
Qalam.
Pen.
A pen.
Pen.
Very good. And
Kalamu. The pen.
very good. Good job. Thank you. Okay, next I have Noor Fatima.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Mariam, if you want to read, you
Kitabun,
can press on the
a book.
Sorry, 1 second. So if anyone wants to read, just to repeat, if you want to read, just press on the raise hand button, okay? And your name will come up and I'll call your name, okay? Go ahead, Noor.
Kitabun, a book. Al-kitabu, the book. Jamalun, a stone. Al-jamalu, the stone.
Jamalu, what is Jamalu again?
Stone.
No, it's camel. Okay, Hajarun. Hajarun is stone and
Yeah.
Jamalun is camel.
Okay. Jamalun, a camel. Al-jamalu, the camel.
Yes, good job. Thank you. Okay, next I have Asma Khalil.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Al-qalamu maksurun. The pen is broken.
The pen is broken, okay? So, very good. The next one here.
Al-babu maftuhun. The door is opened.
The door is open. Very good. So, what is this first word called here?
The door.
Yes, and what is it called in Arabic grammar? The door is the meaning, right? In Arabic grammar, it's called muktada. And what about
Muktada.
the second one?
Khabar.
It's khabar. So it's important to remember that the muktada is always proper. The muktada will always have al, or it will be a name of a person, right? It will either
Yes,
be it will be Zainab or Khalid or someone. It's specific, or it will have al, and the khabar will always be nakira. This will always be ma'rifa, the mubtada, and the khabar will always be nakira. And we know it's nakira because of the tanween. So I'm just repeating everything so that you can all remember this, right? So it will help you understand. Okay, thank you. Next I have Fatima. Lalparya.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Assalamualaikum. Al-waladu jalisun
والمدرس واقف. The student is sitting and the teacher is standing.
Okay, can you read this once more in Arabic, please? Slower.
الولد جالس والمدرس واقف.
والمدرسو. Okay, remember it cannot be al-mudarrisun. It can never be like that. It will either have al or it will have tanween. Okay, can you read it once more?
الولد جالس والمدرس واقف.
Good job. Yes, that's right. So always remember that al and tanween cannot be together. So the boy, this is the boy.
Okay.
It's not student, it's boy. Talibun is student. So the boy is sitting and the teacher is standing. Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
Next, I have Farhat.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Al-kitabu jadidun wal qalamu qadimun. The book is new and the pen is old.
Yes, that's right. Good job. Rafatun Nisa.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Al-himaru sakhirun wal hisanu kabirun. The donkey is small and the horse is big.
Very good. Good job. Okay, next I have Hani.
Yes, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Can you please read here?
Yes. Al-kursiyun muksarun.
Can you say that again, please?
Al-kursiyun maksurun.
Al-kursi.
Al-kursiyun.
You cannot, so it's not al-kursiyun, it's al-kursiyu. Okay, no noon
Tail is
sound.
broken.
That's very important. Al and tanween cannot be together, right? Al-kursiyu maksurun. Can you say that again, please?
Al-kursiyu maksurun.
Very good. The chair is broken. Good job.
Tail is broken.
Good. And your sister,
Yes, ma'am.
can you read this one here?
Yes. Al-ma'u baridun.
And the meaning?
The water is cold.
Very good. Good job. Okay, good job. Next I have
Jazakallah.
Sarah.
Jazakallah,
जी
ma'am.
बाजी
Jazakallah.
Al-qamaru jamilun. The moon is beautiful.
Very good. That's right. Good job. Okay, then I have Noor. Noor Sapri. Please correct me if I'm pronouncing your names wrong.
No, you're right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you please read?
Okay.
Yeah.
Al-baytu qaribu. Al-baytu qaribun
Mm-hmm.
wal masjidu ba'idun. The house is near and the masjid is far.
Very good. That's right. Thank you. Aisha Sheikh.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.
Al-hajaru thaqilun wa waraqu khafifun. Al-hajaru thaqilun
Mm-hmm.
wa waraqu khafifun.
Yes. So wa means and, okay? And when
Yeah.
we say when we
Wa,
use
we should
this,
stop
yeah,
for-
and this
yeah.
here is a sukoon. So when we are reading it, we will say wal, okay? We have to
Okay,
join
okay.
it. Yeah. So
Okay.
al-hajaru
Wal
thaqilun
waraqu
wal waraq.
khafifun.
Yes, that's right. And because
I'm
there's
sorry, I don't
nothing,
know the meaning translation.
okay, that's fine. Do you know what hajaru is?
Yeah, that is stone.
That's stone. And what can you tell from the picture? They're doing opposites, right? The house is closed, the masjid is far, right?
Al-hajaru
The donkey is
saqilun.
small, so it'll be opposites.
Maybe the stone is heavy and the paper is light.
That's right. Good job. That's correct.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
I did this.
So you can use the pictures to help you, right?
Yeah,
That'll
yeah.
help you remember the
Yeah.
words as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
inshallah.
Next, I have uh, mute yourself if you're not speaking. Next, I have Farjana. Farjana, is it?
Hello,
Please mute
assalamu
yourself
alaikum.
if you are not speaking.
Ma'am, a
Assalamu
question.
alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Farzana. Just give me a minute. I have to mute some people. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Al-labanu harun.
Harun.
Al-labanu harun. The milk is hot.
The milk is hot.
Al-labanu muktada. Yeah. Al-labanu muktada and harun is khabar.
Very good. That's awesome. Good job. And do you want to do this one as well?
Next one.
Yes, the
Yep.
next one.
Sure. Al-qamisu natifun. The
Nadifun.
shirt is clean.
Nadif.
Nazifun, right?
Yes.
Nazifun. The shirt is clean. Qamisun is muktada and nazifun khabar.
Very good. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so now that was introduction
Ma'am,
and we
can I
had
ask a
done all of that. Yes, who has a question?
Yeah, Farhat Yom.
Yes, go ahead.
Ma'am,
please.
Kareem is close or near?
It's Qaribun is near, and yeah, it's this almost the same meaning. Close and near. I don't know what the difference is really. Yeah, Qaribun. But if you want to say because this is far, then near, right? Far and near are the opposites.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you use either of the words, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's difficult
this
to translate
example,
Arabic.
the shirt is
Sorry?
the shirt is al-kamisun. What is the meaning of the next word? What does
Nadifun means
that mean?
clean. Nadifun means clean.
Clean.
Yes.
Okay.
The shirt
okay.
is clean.
Tick.
Okay. And the
Clean,
milk is
okay.
hot.
Okay.
I think in Urdu as well, it's used. Nadif is clean. I'm not sure exactly, but okay. So,
Ma'am, there was a little bit of confusion about masjidun and
Yes,
masjid
go ahead.
also. Like it is mosque or a masjid.
could you repeat that, please? What's your question? I didn't hear it properly.
I said the question masjid is when you ask the meaning, it's do you write mosque or masjid?
Mosque and masjid is the same. I don't mind. You can say mosque or masjid. Even for imam, if you say imam as the meaning, that's fine. Okay. Because Arabic is
Actually,
a
in
very
the test, the
deep
quiz,
language.
we had.
Yes. Sorry?
Ma'am, actually, there was a question in the quiz where the meaning was given for masjid. Does it stand? There were two choices like masjid and mosque.
Oh, okay.
Straight, I wrote masjid. They gave me wrong, and then they said I was right mosque. That's I'm a little confused.
Okay, okay.
Either
I'm
is
sorry
right,
about
right?
that. I didn't make the quizzes, but if I did make the quiz, I would have given right to both masjid and mosque. They're both right. It's the same thing. Yes. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt, Nabiha, but just one doubt here. I would request you to just check on these two words, masjid and mosque. Mosque, because usually in Arabic we call as masjid because mosque hold a different meaning, complete different meaning.
Yes, that's why I like to translate masjid as masjid and imam
Masjid.
as imam. But in the book, it's written mosque, right? And in some of the quizzes, it's also mosque. So in this class, you can say masjid. That's completely fine. Okay. In the books, if you go down to the vocabulary, it will be translated as mosque. All right, is that okay with everyone?
Jazakallah khair.
Okay, Jazakallah. So now we're going to move on to the exercises. اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. So read, اقرأ is read, واكتب. Try to do the meaning of this as well, right? That will help you later on. اقرأ is read, واكتب, wa is and, uktub, write. Each of the following words, vocalizing its last letter. Okay, akhiri means last. Okay, kalimat are the words. So what we want to do is you have to tell me if there's going to be a dhamma or a dhammatain. Just a dhamma or a dhammatain on each word. And how will you know this? Because if any word has al, it cannot have tanween, right? We already learned this, because if it has al, it's a ma'rifah, and if it has tanween, it's a nakira. It cannot be both. Okay, so we can do around like 3 to 4 words for each person. So here I have Khadija. Can you start reading here? Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
مسجد دمتين المسجد
So al ke saath
الماء
yes. Ma'un. Good job. That's right. Thank you. Then I have Fatima Khadija.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Al-baytu babun qalamun al-qalamu.
That's right. Good job. Thank you. Then next is Misha.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Al-kalbu kalbun qamisun waladun al-hajaru al-waladu himarun al-himaru.
All right, that's enough. Thank you. That's correct. And you can do the last two as well.
Al-hisanun
Al-hisanun. Yes. Al cannot have tanween. Good job. Ma'u means water. Okay, someone's asking me what ma'u means. Ma'u is water. So this is the nakira and this is the ma'rifa form of water. So if the water is the subject in a sentence, then you will use al-ma'u, like al-ma'u baridun, right? But later on, if we use different sentences where water is not the subject, then it will come as nakira. Okay. So now we have read and write. Iqra waktub. So this is all of these tamarin. You are expected to write these down and send them in your homework groups. Okay, to your group in charges. And right now, what we're going to do is read and translate. Okay. So I have next here Farhana Mohideen. Hisanun is horse. Hisanun is horse. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Al-mudarrisu.
So we're going to start from here. This is number 1, okay? 1. Arabic always starts from the right. So we're going to start 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, like this.
Okay. Al-maktabu maksurun. Al-mudarris.
Can you translate this for me first? The meaning?
Al-maktabu maksurun. The desk is
The desk is broken. Okay.
Broken? No. Broken.
Broken.
Yeah.
The desk is broken. And can you so everyone, when
Yeah.
you read, you read the Arabic, tell me the meaning, and then you have to tell me what is the mubtada and what is the khabar. Okay.
Okay.
And also, if you want, you can tell me how do you know if it's mubtada or khabar.
Al-Maktabu is the Muktada.
That's right.
And the Maksurun is the khabar.
That's right. Very good. Okay. The next one.
Then Al-Mudarrisu Jadidun. The teacher is new. Al-Mudarrisu is the Mubtada, and Jadidun is the khabar.
That's right. Good job. Thank you. So we're going to do 2-2 so I can give everyone a chance, right? There we have a lot of participants. So okay. Thank you. If you want to read again, you can raise your hand again, and then you'll come back in the list. Okay, next I have Sayyida. Are you here, Sayyida? Okay. So next in the list is Muhammad, Saleh, and Yusuf.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Can you please read number 3?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Al-Kamisu wasikhun. The shirt is dirty.
Very good.
Al-Kamisu Mubtada. Al-Kamisu Mubtada. Wasikhun khabar.
Very good. Good job. The next one. Is your brother here as well?
Al-labanu baridun. The milk is cold. Al-labanu mubtada baridun.
What is the meaning of al-qamisu wasikhun?
It's the shirt is dirty. The shirt is dirty.
Jazakallah khair, ma'am.
Jazakallah khair. So right above we did al-qamisu nadhifun. The shirt is clean. Wasikhun is the opposite. Okay, the shirt is dirty. Very good. Is there anyone else that wants to read with you? Your brother maybe, because you have 2 names written down. No? Okay. Next I have Farhad. Oh, sorry. Yes. I can't hear you. Please, can you speak a bit louder?
Al-masjidun al-maftuhun.
Al-masjidu maftuhun. Okay. Al-masjidu maftuhun.
The masjid is open.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, we'll give someone else a chance now. Farhad?
Al-Hajaru Kabirun. The stone is big.
And one more.
And
oh, sorry. Yes, the Muktada.
Al-Labanu Baridun. Yeah, okay. Al-Hajarun is the Mubtada.
So Al-Hajarun, right? You can't say Al-Hajarun.
Sorry. Al-Hajaru is the Mubtada and Kabirun is the khabar.
Yes, that's right. And for this one?
It says more about the
what is the meaning of maftuhun?
If anyone has questions, you can write it in the chat, okay? Please wait for your turn because then it disrupts the class. If you have a question, write it down. And if you're not speaking, please mute yourself, okay? When I call your name, then you can unmute. If you have a question and you can't write it, just write in the chat box that I have a question, and then I'll call on you, okay? And you can explain it. Go ahead, Farhat. You were translating this one.
Wal ma'u harun. The milk is cold and the water is hot. Labanun is the mubtada, and al-ma'u is the mubtada for both others, and baridun and harun are the description, khabar.
The khabar for each. So basically what happens here is that these become two different sentences, because in our sentences there's a mubtada and a khabar. So we have a mubtada, we have a khabar. So this here is one sentence, and we have a mubtada here and a khabar here. So this is another sentence. Okay. So in Arabic grammar, that's how it is. All right, good job. Thank you. Then I have Farzana or Lubna, is it? Farjan.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead.
Yep, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Number, yep.
Number 8.
Number 8, right?
Yes.
Yep. Al-muhandisu jalisun wal mudarrisu waqifun. The engineer, 1 minute. Yeah. The engineer is sitting and the teacher is standing.
Yes, that's right.
Al-muhandisu Muktada jalisun khabar, because it's described about engineer.
Yes.
Who is yeah, and wa, and I don't know the
what is and, that's it.
Cover, whatever.
No, what is just and. It's just
and, okay.
Connecting the sentence. Okay.
All right. Sorry. Wal mudarrisu Muktada waqifun khabar, because it's described about teacher. Teacher is standing.
That's right. That's right. Good job. Just one thing. When you say this is waqifun and this is jalisun with an alif. Okay. When you read it, you have to say jalisun and waqifun. Okay. Okay. The next one.
Yeah. Next one is number 9.
Yes.
Al-kamaru ba'idun. This meaning is the moon is far. Kamaru is Muktada and Ba'idun is khabar, because it's describing about the moon. Moon is far.
Yes.
Muktada is moon and khabar is Ba'idun.
Very good. Thank you. And the last one, I'll just do it because we're running out of time. So we have 5 minutes. And we had a bit more to go. Let me just see how much we wanted to cover. So yeah, we were going to do one more page. So what I'll do is, because we only do this once a week, I will end this meeting, and then you can rejoin if you are available. You can rejoin the link and we'll just finish that last page. I'll just do this one. Al-mindilu nadifun, it means the handkerchief is clean. Okay, al-mindilu is the mubtada and nadifun is the khabar. Someone's asking me, what does mubtada and khabar mean? Well, mubtada is the subject. It's the word that your sentence begins with, okay? And it's always proper. And how do we know it's proper? It's always ma'rifah. We know it's ma'rifah because it has an al. And khabar is the second part of your sentence. And khabar basically means the news, right? So the news about your subject. And khabar is always nakira. We know it's nakira because of this tanween, okay? So I will just end this one here. Jazakallah khair. And you can rejoin the next, the link again.